Hey everyone, it's Mel Robbins here. Today we're diving into a topic that affects us all: procrastination. We all do it. That thing you've been putting off, yeah, we're talking about that thing. If you find yourself putting things off, you're not alone. But don't worry, I've got some powerful tips to help you overcome it once and for all. We're going to break down the science behind procrastination and give you actionable tools to beat it. Let's get started. Let's be real, the hardest part of any task is starting. It's that moment of inertia, that feeling of being stuck that keeps us glued to the couch instead of tackling our to-do list. But here's the thing. Taking that first step, no matter how small, is like flicking a switch in your brain. It breaks the procrastination cycle and unleashes a wave of momentum. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that once you actually get started on something, it's not nearly as bad as you thought it would be? That's because our brains are wired to overestimate the pain of doing something and underestimate the joy of accomplishment. So how do we break free? We trick our brains. We don't give ourselves time to overthink it. We just start. Right now I want you to pick one task, just one, that you've been putting off. Got it? Good. Now I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Get up and do it. I'll be right here waiting for you, see? That wasn't so bad, was it? You just took the first step, and that's a huge victory. Remember that feeling of accomplishment, that sense of momentum? That's what we're going for every single time. Now let's talk about how to make this first step magic a regular thing in your life. I'm going to introduce you to a tool that has changed my life and the lives of millions around the world, the 5-second rule. Here's how it works. The next time you find yourself hesitating before doing something you know you should do, don't let your brain talk you out of it. Instead, count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as soon as you hit 1, move. It's that simple. The countdown interrupts the overthinking, the doubt, and the fear that keeps you stuck. It's like a starting pistol for your brain, propelling you into action before your inner critic can even catch its breath. The 5-second rule works because it leverages the power of urgency and momentum. When you only give yourself 5 seconds to act, you don't have time to hesitate. You just do it. And that's where the magic happens. Try it out with everything. Getting out of bed in the morning, making that phone call you've been dreading, starting that workout. The more you use it, the more automatic it becomes. And the easier it will be to break free from procrastination's grip. Okay, so we've talked about the importance of taking that first step and how the 5-second rule can help you do just that. But what about those bigger tasks, those goals that feel overwhelming just thinking about them? That's where the power of breaking things down comes in. Procrastination loves to feast on overwhelm. When something feels too big, too daunting, our brains go into avoidance mode. We'd rather binge watch our favorite show than face that mountain of a task. But here's the secret. Mountains are climbed one step at a time. Instead of looking at the entire project, break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Create a list of actionable steps, each one small enough that it doesn't trigger your procrastination reflex. Suddenly, that massive undertaking becomes a series of manageable mini-goals. For example, let's say you want to write a book. Don't think about writing the whole thing at once. Instead, break it down. Write 1 page a day or even just 1 paragraph. Focus on the immediate achievable task and watch as those small wins add up to big results. Chapter 4. Deadlines. Your secret weapon against the procrastination monster. Now let's talk about deadlines. I know, the word itself can make you want to crawl under your desk. But trust me on this one, deadlines are not the enemy. In fact, they're your secret weapon against the procrastination monster. Think about it. When you don't have a deadline, a task can stretch out indefinitely. It becomes this amorphous blob on your to-do list that you keep pushing further and further into the future. But when you set a clear deadline, something magical happens. Suddenly that task has boundaries, it has urgency. Deadlines force us to prioritize, to make decisions about how we're going to allocate our time and energy. They provide a framework for action, a roadmap for getting things done. And the best part, meeting a deadline, especially a self-imposed one, is incredibly empowering. It reinforces your commitment to yourself and builds confidence in your ability to follow through. So, how do you set effective deadlines? Start by breaking down your goals into smaller tasks, just like we talked about earlier. Then, assign a realistic deadline to each task, keeping in mind your other commitments and priorities. And here's the key. Write those deadlines down and put them somewhere you'll see them every day. Chapter 5. Distraction-Free Zone. Creating a space for focus and flow. Let's face it, we live in a world of distractions. Our phones are constantly buzzing, notifications are popping up on our screens, and it's all too easy to get sucked into the vortex of social media. But if you want to beat procrastination, you need to create a distraction-free zone for yourself, a space where you can focus and get things done. Start by identifying your biggest distractions. Is it your phone, social media, email? Once you know what's pulling you away from your work, you can start to implement strategies to minimize those distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode, turn off notifications, or use a website blocker to keep yourself off social media. If possible, find a quiet place to work where you won't be interrupted. And if you're working from home, let your family or roommates know that you need some uninterrupted time. Remember, focus is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs to be trained. The more you practice creating a distraction-free environment for yourself, the easier it will become to resist those tempting distractions and get into a state of flow. Chapter 6. Reward yourself. Celebrating the wins, big and small. We often focus so much on the end goal that we forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. But here's the thing. Rewarding yourself for your progress, no matter how small, is crucial for staying motivated and beating procrastination. Think about it. When you know there's a reward waiting for you at the end of a task, it makes it that much easier to get started. It's like dangling a carrot in front of your brain, giving it something positive to focus on. The rewards don't have to be big or expensive. In fact, sometimes the simplest rewards are the most effective. It could be something as small as taking a break to listen to your favorite song, enjoying a cup of coffee in peace, or calling a friend to chat. The key is to choose rewards that are meaningful to you and that you'll genuinely look forward to. And don't be afraid to get creative. The more you experiment with different rewards, the more likely you are to find what works best for you. Chapter 7. Accountability, the power of having someone in your corner. We've all heard the saying, 2 heads are better than 1. Well, it's true when it comes to beating procrastination too. Having an accountability partner, someone who can support you, encourage you, and hold you accountable for your goals, can make all the difference. An accountability partner can be a friend, family member, colleague, or even a coach. The most important thing is that it's someone you trust and who you know will support you on your journey. Share your goals with your accountability partner and then schedule regular check-ins to discuss your progress, challenges, and wins. Knowing that someone is expecting you to follow through on your commitments can be a powerful motivator. And don't forget, accountability is a two-way street. Be there for your accountability partner as well, offering support, encouragement, and a listening ear. Remember, you're in this together, and by supporting each other, you can both achieve amazing things. Thanks for watching. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a journey, but with these tips, you're well on your way to becoming more productive and achieving your goals. Start by taking that first step. Use the 5-second rule to overcome hesitation. Break down big tasks into smaller ones. Set clear deadlines, eliminate distractions, reward yourself along the way, and find an accountability partner to support you. You got this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might need a little push. See you next time.